Hello. Oh my god, it's happening. Oh my god, it's happening.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Who Even Are You? I'm your host, Breanna Mack, and we're so happy to have you on this first episode. Oh my gosh, first episode ever. Welcome to my tiny, teeny, itsy bitsy little apartment, which is also my studio. I know, it's so nice, isn't it? It's so good to see you all. My name is Breanna Mack. I'm 24 years old. I am a teaching artist at a children's theater, and I was reflecting on my year last year, and I was realizing that, you know what? I am really good at talking. Talking is one thing that I actually could do anywhere, anytime, to anything or anyone. I've been described as someone who is very good at being able to talk to a brick wall and have a full conversation with it. Okay. So, in the same thought process as a white man, I said, well, you know what that means? I need a podcast because obviously there's not enough podcasts in the world and my thoughts need to be shared too, right? Duh. So that's why we're here because I don't know how to shut the fuck up, basically. And this podcast is called Who Even Are You? Which you're probably like, why is it called that? Great question, viewer. You know what? And I knew my viewers would be so smart, but it's really great to have you here. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for being so smart. Who even are you? It's called this because I was also looking around at my life and I was hanging out with my friends and my family, and this happened kind of over like Thanksgiving when I was seeing a lot of my family that I hadn't seen in a while. And I was like, damn, I do not know shit about any of you people. And that's my family, that's my friends. Obviously, I know a lot about them. Like, there's so many things that I know about my friends. But however, the small little things that like go under the cracks are actually crazy. Like, why do I know so much about my best friend, but I genuinely don't think I could tell you what their favorite color is? It's like small things like that. And it's like I grew up with a couple of my friends, and obviously I grew up with my family, and yet there's so much of their life that I did not see that I am always so interested in. So I'm kind of putting this podcast together to give myself the opportunity to interview these people in a way that's not like I'm sitting down with them just like on a Tuesday and talking to them about this, which I totally could do. But why would I not record that forever and have these beautiful conversations on a podcast form? Right? You get where I'm saying? You get what I'm going to? So, yeah, that's kind of why we're here. I just really would like to get to know the people in my life. And you know what? We're going to start by getting to know myself because it is a new year. Happy 2026. It is January, not wearing my watch, no worries. January 19th, I believe. Um, which means that we're 19 days into a new year, which means that resolutions are happening. Ooh, ooh, you know about New Year's resolutions. And I thought that we could talk about some goals for this year. I don't like the word resolution because I was thinking about this a lot this year and I've never quite considered this until this year, which is really crazy because I'm what, 24 years old? I was realizing that like because I wanted to start this podcast, this is one of my resolutions this year was to start a podcast because hey, starting things. But I was like, you know what? I literally have all year long to start a podcast. Like, if I didn't start it today, that doesn't mean I could never start it. Basically, resolutions are dumb because we set them at the beginning of the year and then we literally give up in like 2 weeks and then we never pick them back up because we're like, well, my resolution failed. Hey, no, goals are able to happen the entire year. And also, to be so honest, the beginning of the year doesn't even feel like the new year to me because I always count the new year as my birthday. So the new year doesn't even happen until March. And really, if you think about it, I think that's when the zodiac new year happens too. I think it's in March because I think we're still in the year of the snake technically if we're going on zodiac. And no wonder we are because golly, there was the year of the snake big for me. Shedding was crazy. They said that you were going to shed a lot this year because of the year of the snake. Hey, they weren't lying. Everything shed. And now we're in the year of the horse, so hopefully that brings us forward. So, what we're going to talk about is my goals. But before we do, we have to do a quick fire rapid question. I would love to start out with rapid fire questions for all of my guests. So I'm going to do it to myself too. Here we go. We're going to start it in 3, 2, 1. Name: Breanna Mack. Age: 24. Occupation: teaching artist, which means that I teach theater and I also am a professional actor. No worries. Hometown: Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know why I forgot for for a second there. Fun fact about me: when I sit crisscross applesauce, my hips pop out of place. Just one of them, usually just the left one. No worries. Another fun fact about me: I was on the board of my sorority in college. Sigma, 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 if you will. So that usually trips up a lot of people when I get older. Like a lot of people don't think I was in a sorority, but then other people are like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. So that's a fun fact I like to tell. I can also lick my nose. Can you see that? Not audio listeners. If you're an audio listener, sorry. Favorite movie: La La Land. Favorite TV show: The Good Place. Favorite food: Chinese food. Favorite animal: giraffe, of course. Favorite color: blue. Now, if I was a kitchen utensil, what kitchen utensil would I be? I would be a whisk because you don't get to use a whisk very often, but when you do, it's like, oh, hell yeah, I get to use a whisk. This is the best day ever. So it just kind of feels right, right? Like I'm not needed all the time, but when I am, hey, it's a party, it's a party, it's a party. You know what I mean? That, and then where is your favorite place to sit? My personal favorite place to sit is the back row, middle center of a theater, center seat of a theater, very back row, while people are working on stage and the rest of the theater is just kind of abandoned. I could have like a couple of friends with me in that back row, but like alone, just watching work happen in the back row of a theater is perfect. Close second, this couch. I really have grown to love this couch. I got this from the Habitat for Humanity here in Omaha, and I love it. I love it so much. It's so comfy. It's the perfect like love seat for like two people. Love seat. Love. But for me it's like perfect. I'm sitting in the middle of it right now, which never happens. I usually sit on this side. And I did just put something up on my wall that I'm afraid is going to fall on my head at some point. So if I die, that's how we all know who did it. And it was that. Or I got murdered because statistically that's pretty high nowadays. Sorry. Sorry. That was rapid fire questions. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Let's jump into the goals. How about? Okay. I wrote down 6 goals on my little journal. And I wrote them down because if I didn't write them down, we'd be here for 100 hours. And you all know that. If you know me, you know that. Okay. All right. Goal number 1: be selfish. Now, you might be thinking, Brianna, what the actual hell do you mean you want to be selfish this year? It is a concerning goal. You know what I mean? Like that's not a goal that you hear and you're like, "Yeah, hell yeah. Happy 2026. Let's be more selfish this year." However, I realized I've realized my entire life, actually. I've known that I'm a people pleaser. That's always been true about me. However, and I've grown a lot out of my people pleasing tendencies within the past I would say like 3 years. I think since I've been out of college, maybe like senior year of college on, I've really grown out of my people pleasing tendencies. However, there are certain situations or certain people in my life that I continue to put above myself, which is not my favorite activity, okay? Because at the end of the day, like I am all that I have at the end of the day. I am in this little apartment all by myself, all alone, spending time with me. Okay. And if I am too busy not figuring out who I am because I'm putting this other person or I'm putting this situation on a pedestal or I'm going to an event I don't want to go to because I feel like I have an obligation to do that, like I'm not serving myself. And that's who I should be serving full heartedly. I am stuck with myself forever, which, hey, someone has to be. Be glad it's not you, because this bitch, this brain up here, crazy behavior, crazy behavior. So I want to put me first this year. I want to be able to look at a situation and see if it's something that I really want to do. Like if I don't want to do it, my therapist said this really well, and I talked about this later. But she said something where it needs to be a full body yes. If it is not a full body yes, I will know. And I think when we were talking about it, she was talking about like dating and like going on dates with people. But this also works in like situations. There's sometimes where sometimes you have to be a villager, right? Like we have to build a community, to build a village, you also have to be a villager. And I do understand the difference between being a villager and protecting your peace, because there are times where you're like, I am not having a full body yes to going out with this person, or not even going out with this person, but like going out on a Friday night when it's been a long week. I'm not having a full body yes to that. But because I want to be a villager and I want to like be with my friends and be a good friend, I will go, of course. Or it's not a full body yes when a friend asks you to move, okay? Because that shit is annoying. Yeah. But of course you're going to be there for them. Of course you're going to help them. Not, okay. It's not annoying. It's just like moving for yourself is awful. Moving for someone else? God, I must really like you. I must really like you if I'm helping you move. Or if I'm helping you do any mundane activity, obviously, I like you and I want to keep you around, okay? So, leaning into full body yeses this year and really taking into account when it's something that I want to do and noticing that in my body. This kind of came about in towards the end of the year. I didn't want to get into this so early, but I was seeing this man last year, and this man would always tell me that I was too nice. He would always say that I was too nice. I'm too nice to my friends. Whatever they want to do, I'll put aside what I want to do so that I can appease them. I'm always doing that for them. He'd always say I'm too nice there. He'd always say I'm too nice at my work, at my job. I work at like a coffee shop on the side, and I would always be picking up shifts, or I would stay longer for people that were not showing up, or like I was just doing things where it was like this makes sense because I am a hard worker. I'm a good worker. And he would always say that I'm too nice. Now, there are certain things that he was saying I was too nice about that I completely disagree with, and I just think that we had different beliefs on how we do work. Okay? I understand that he didn't think that me staying longer at my coffee shop job because someone didn't show up, or working from open to close because someone didn't show up. I understand that to him, that's too nice. Okay? To me, that is being a team player. So those I don't super agree on, but I do agree that he was saying I was too nice in how I treat, how I let other people treat me sometimes. Not how I treat people. How I treat people is beautiful, and I think the way that I treat people is a direct reflection on how I love people. However, and I need to be nurturing the relationships that nurture me. You know what? And I wrote that down somewhere else too. Nurturing the relationships that nurture me. Because if I'm putting my full pussy into a friendship that they're not putting their full pussy into, or they're not stepping their pussy up towards me, okay? What's the reason to me for me to be putting in all this effort if I'm not getting that same effort in return? You know? And I get it, like relationships ebb and flow, and sometimes it's more give than it is take, or it's more take than it is give. And like that's okay. Yeah. But I also know that there are so many situations, so many rooms, so many people that want me there and that cherish me being there. So I am going to show up fully in the rooms that cherish and want me there. Yeah. Not in the ones where I feel like I have to fight for my life to be there, because that's not fair to me. That's not putting me first, because it's not my job, and I know that, and me and my therapist will say this, because of the way I grew up, I decided that in order to make sure things were going smoothly, everyone has to be happy. And in order for me to do that, I have to be the jester. If you haven't like realized already, I am a very jokey person. I very much lean on my sense of humor. And luckily, I have a good sense of humor. I think that I personally am pretty funny. Don't don't make me do a type 5, because it'll be bad. It'll be bad. And I know that. I know that about myself. I would love to be on SNL. I can't. I can't. I can't do an impression, and I can't do a type 5. So I'd be fucked, okay? However, conversationally, I am very funny. I am quick, I am witted, I'm quick-witted. Heyo. I have a good sense of comedic timing. And that is because while I was growing up, in order for things to go smoothly, I felt like I had to like make jokes to make everyone happy. So now in my friendships and other relationships, if someone is feeling sad or if someone is feeling down about something that doesn't have anything to do with me, I genuinely will take that on and I will make sure that that person is okay by like joking around and making it fun and like all this stuff. Sometimes it works really well, sometimes it doesn't. And then I like, depending on how it goes, I take that direct reflection towards me. And then that's how well I did in the situation. When the situation actually usually never had anything to do with me, okay? So, I need to work on being selfish and realizing that sometimes I cannot control how other people are feeling and that is okay. Okay? I'm going to show up completely genuinely how I am. I'm going to genuinely show up as myself and that's all that I can do. Okay? And if I don't if I feel like you're not giving me the same energy, I'm going to pull back. And if you start to notice that, that is not my fault. I'm sorry, that's not my fault, okay? I've already started to be kind of selfish in how I spend my time recently. I feel like I've been spending it pretty like I've been really putting into the situations that put into me, and I think that's really lovely. But I want to continue to focus on that. So, that's goal 1. Be more selfish this year. Goal 2, less phone time. Oh, oh my god. Oh my god. Can you even hear that over there? I don't know. I don't know how this microphone works. Oh my god. I've been so bad about my phone usage, okay? I at the beginning of this year, January like 4th-ish, I deleted Snapchat, I deleted Hinge, I deleted Tinder, okay? And that was my own journey because golly, did I go through a lot last year, okay? And I thought that what I needed was to go on dates and be silly. No, that's not what I needed. So I deleted all those apps thinking, okay, this might help me be off my phone more. And really, in turn, this was helping me do other things. But I was like, maybe it'll also help me be off my phone. Hey, wrong. Literally so wrong. I've been so bad about my phone. Literally last week, it was like 6 hours and 41 minutes per day. I almost spent 24 hours in the whole week. I almost spent a full day just on social media. Oh my god, you have to be kidding. You have to be kidding. And I know it's because I used to get such quick dopamine from getting Snapchats and from getting little messages on Tinder and Hinge. Okay? I used to get so much dopamine from my phone, and now I'm like actively searching for this dopamine that's not coming in because I need to rewire my brain that I don't need the attention to feel okay. Okay? So now I'm actively searching for this dopamine by scrolling on TikTok until I feel like maybe a sense of happiness. I don't. I don't ever. I actually feel worse after that and then I get stuck. I've been like really, really doing this lately. The other morning, I was laying in bed. I woke up at like 10. I shit you not. I do not believe that I left my bed until 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Are you kidding? That's awful. That is so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad, and I just got stuck. I was like, "Okay, at 10:30, I'll get up and I'll go do this." Didn't. Then I was like, "Oh, well, it's 10:32, so now I gotta wait until 10:45." And then 10:45 happened, and I just kept doing it over and over. And never do I remember a single video from that doom scroll. No. No, I don't. Oh my god, and it makes me so mad. And you know what? This is different. Like rotting, bed rot time, sometimes you just need to bed rot, okay? And I get that, and I will allow myself to do that. But whatever the fuck happened the other day, that can never happen again. That was insane, okay? And I need to be better about it. It's been a bad start, but you know what? No worries. We literally have a whole year for me to get better. I don't know how to make it better yet because I'm still rewiring my brain from knowing that my phone is not giving me the dopamine I need, okay? I'm still figuring it out. I don't know. I just put time limits on Instagram and TikTok again because when I got a new phone, it took the time limits that I had off, which I think is going to be really helpful. To be fair, I haven't really been on my phone at all today, minus this. But the moments that I was on my phone, I was like, ugh, I'm so over being on my phone. And that's the problem also, is that I get over being on my phone like in 10 minutes. And yet there I am like 3 hours later, still on my phone. Girl, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. So I wanna focus on less phone time. And this also like accounts to like I've been having a lot of hangouts with friends where it's like no phones are even involved at all. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. When my friend Wayne comes over, we literally like our phones are like set at the other side of the room and we just like sit and talk. Oh my god, that's so beautiful. I do want to do more hangouts where it's like no phone time, we're literally just being friends. Granted, I'm a very in the moment person when it comes to like hanging out with my friends, so usually my phone is like not even on me. And I also, hey, I lose my phone about 5 times a day. So it's also like, how am I spending so much time on my phone when half the time I don't even know where my phone is? I do not know where my phone is. And do I have to use my phone for work? Yes, always, of course, all the time. However, the way I've been using it, worse, not even for work. So that's a goal for this year. Less phone screen time. I really, really need to focus on that one right now. It's bad. In the same vein of that, goal number three, everyone say goal number three. I hope you said it at home. Get back into hobbies, bro. We have lost the art of a hobby, dog. I don't know if I was listening to a podcast the other day or watching a video or where I saw this on, but someone was like, one day as a kid, we did all these things for fun. Like we would go outside and play for fun or we'd color and draw for fun. And then one day when we grew up, we just decided to stop doing that. And even if we still do it, we don't really do it for fun anymore. You know? Like my hobby growing up was theater. Okay? Theater was my hobby. I did shows for fun. Now, I still do shows for fun. I love performing. I love acting. I love teaching children about theater. That is my passion in life. Genuinely, is teaching children about theater and getting to do theater forever. Okay? But because it is my job, it has changed it a little bit. It fully is my job. I'm getting paid to do this now. So I don't know if I can consider it anymore a hobby. Now, I do have other hobbies. I love to crochet. I love to read. I love to hang out with my friends. I don't know if that counts as a hobby, but I feel like it does. I love to go thrifting. Those are hobbies that I also really enjoy to do. However, I always say that, like, if someone asks me what my hobbies are, I will say those things. And then I'm like, but Brianna, but self, when is the last time you actually indulged in a hobby? And like did it for fun. And this goes along with the screen time. It's like when I have a free moment, I'm like, let me just scroll through my phone and like let my brain die. But it's like I can let my brain die while also crocheting. It's like, I don't know why I'm so opposed to these hobbies. They're supposed to bring me joy, they're supposed to be fun, and they are fun. I love reading. Just the idea recently of like picking up a book and reading it, and maybe it's because my phone is killing my attention span. And I already have a short one because I have ADHD. I already have a bad attention span. So like the phone time is killing it. So I can't even pick up a book and like want to read it without checking my phone every 5 minutes. Are you kidding? Oh my god, are you kidding? Which is so funny too because my phone is on do not disturb 24/7. Right now, do not disturb. I had it on not do not disturb all day long. Craziest thing in the world. I always have my phone on do not disturb because I wish never to be disturbed. I wish not to be disturbed. Thank you. As certain people, you can disturb me, but most of the time, I wish not to be disturbed. Thanks. So I want to get back into hobbies and like having fun with it, doing it for fun, and not feeling like I should be doing something else, or I should be productive. I should be working on work. I should be choreographing this song. I should be blocking the show that I'm directing. No, you know what I should be doing? I should be having fun crocheting. I should be reading a chapter of my little book. I should be doing something for me, okay? For me. And you know what? I think if I focus more on those things that bring me joy, and maybe in turn, this will also give me new hobbies. Maybe this year I need to find a new hobby. I don't know. I don't know. There's so much of life and things that I've yet to explore. I could like be a fucking I could do pottery this year. I probably won't. I don't even know where you would do that at. Make it. I've been seeing a lot of pottery on TikTok though. But I could be a gardener. Not that one. You get it. Nah, you get it. I could like have plants. That could be a hobby of mine. Probably not in this apartment. There's something about this apartment. It gets great light, but I only have one windowsill, and I fear that's where all my plants need to sit. And it's not very big. It's probably not gardening, but there are so many things that I want to do that I just haven't because I'm like, well, I don't have time. I do have time. I can make the time. I have the time, I just don't set aside the time. Okay. So I want to get back into creative projects. And that's also why this podcast is a really great outlet for that, I think, because this also gives me like I talk to myself 24/7. So this gives me a good chance to like talk to the void at the very least if no one's watching, but talk to someone about things that are going on. That's a good hobby, okay? So, that's my 3. Get back into hobbies for fun. For fun and silly and goofy and whimsy, okay? We're being whimsical this year. Everyone has lost their whimsy. No one can ever take away mine. Got it? Cool. That's our third one. Fourth. Oh my god. Okay. My fourth goal of this year is to de-center men. Okay. And I said this last year. And then about 3 months in, I met a man. I met a man and then I dated him for 9 months. And then he broke my heart. Okay. He broke my heart. I was gonna be like, well, it's not his fault. He broke my heart. Okay. And then I got involved with another man who I was seeing before this other man, and then we got too attached. And then it was like, oh my god, I spent 90% of this year considering and thinking about a man. Oh my god. Oh my god. And like putting up with and like supporting and like being a loving partner to a man, which is like fine. It's great if you can be a loving partner to someone that deserves you to be a loving partner. Okay. However, and I'm not choosing the right ones. My picker, that sounds bad. I don't like that. Let me change that. My my chooser of men is bad. I have a bad chooser. I have a bad one. I'm not good at picking men, okay? Somehow they're always bad for me, and that's my bad. Granted, they've gotten better as we've gone along, but it's always bad, okay? That all being said, men last year took up so much space in my brain that I did not need. I do not need that space in my brain being taken up by a man. Are you kidding? Who do you think I am? That's ridiculous. I have so many things going on in my life. I do not wish to even think about a man. So that's a big goal for me this year is to decenter men. I did when I originally wrote up this document, I wrote going on dates for fun. LMAO. Oh my god, no. No, no. If a date comes up, sick. Sick. However, and I've never been nonchalant about anything. If you haven't been able to tell, I'm not nonchalant. I am socialant. It's insane. So when I and my therapist will attest to this, when I have feelings, it's when I catch feelings, it's bad. That's when I go down the deep end. Bad. Okay? I can like casually date. I can go on dates and like have a good time. If I start to like you even the slightest bit, I get bad. I get really bad. And it has nothing to do with the person. It's literally all internal. So I need to decenter men because genuinely they have no space. They have no space, they have no say in what the fuck happens with me. I need to like myself and do things for me without considering a man. Okay? And I don't consider a man. However, and I also know that like a lot of my thought processes are semi misogynistic question mark are coming from wanting to be attractive to men question mark because hey, don't know if you noticed my body type. I didn't grow up skinny. I grew up thick. I grew up plus size. I grew up shopping in the husky section, okay? So a lot of the time when I was younger, men were not giving me the time of day. So now that I'm grown and I've grown into my body and I have a womanly figure, okay? And I know I'm sexy and hot and beautiful. Thank you very much. When men want to give me that attention, I'm like, "Oh my god. I'm so wanted and I'm so worthy. Oh my god. I was worthy before that man wanted me. And of course that man wants me. Literally I could walk into a bar and get about 10 men if I wanted to. Are you kidding? That is not a hard thing to do. I am sexy, beautiful, smart, and funny. Okay, I'm the whole package. I could go anywhere and probably pick up three on the way. Okay, that is literally not anything to be like, oh my god. No, 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 no. A man does not get to tell me what my worth is, okay? And I need to remember that this year because, man, I had a hard time with that last year. And even beginning of this year, I had a hard time with that. Because if a man doesn't want me to date me, then it's like, oh, something's wrong with me. No, no, actually, something is not wrong with me. I have so much love to give. If you don't want that, that's not my fault. That's your own problem. And that actually has been the last Oh my god, that's been the last, like, 3 or 4 guys I've been with. Is, like, they want me bad, but they will never date me, okay? My fucking bad. Hey, my fucking bad. Sorry. I'm just undateable, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. This all to be said, I'm decentering men this year. I need to look into what I personally, like, check in with myself and realize what I need to do to fully do that. But for now, it is all the men that I was in contact with have been cut off. I'm focusing on myself and not getting validation from men. I think that's my first step is not looking for male validation. From there, we'll see what happens. We'll check in later in the year. I'll let you know how it's going. All right. Number 5. I think I need to come up with a consistent schedule. Now, with my job, I quite literally never have a consistent schedule. This job that I'm working now, I'm a contract teaching artist, so I kind of work all over the place. Some of my stuff is pretty consistent. Like I teach the same classes Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Nope, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and those are consistent, same time every day. Not every day, but same time each day, same class every week. Okay. So that's pretty consistent. That I know is going to happen. My other half of my job, I go to a different school every day or a different couple of schools every day. Like it's very non consistent. My schedule's kind of all over the place. And then I pick up things as I go. So like sometimes I'll teach a random education workshop thing or sometimes I'll teach a random ComCon thing. Okay. So my schedule itself is not consistent, and that's okay. That's actually how I like it. I do not want a 9 to 5 job. I do not want to go into the same place of employment every single day and do the exact same thing every single day. That's not what I want. Okay. However, and I do want a schedule that I can put things into. So I don't want everything to be the same job wise, but I would like to go to the gym every day. It might not be at the same time, and maybe not every day, but most of the week I would like to implement going to the gym and put that in my schedule. I would like to make better habits overall. Take my medication every day because I've been doing a really bad job about that. Actually, recently I've been on it. I put a reminder on my phone. It actually really has helped. At first, I was like, well, if I set an alarm, then it's going to go off and I'm just going to turn it off. Bitch, a reminder. But then I never knew how to put the reminders on my home screen because I'm kind of an idiot. That's not true. I just, I didn't care enough. To be honest with you, I didn't care enough to figure it out, so I wasn't going to. I want to do something out and about. Maybe not every day, but I want to change up my routine. I want to change up, like, I don't want to just go teach in the morning, come back here, film my TikTok, rot on my phone, go teach in the evening, come back here, shower, and go to bed. Boring. Boring. I don't want to do that. I want to change it up a little bit. So I want to, like, go teach in the morning and then go work at a coffee shop and then go teach at night and then come back here and rot. Okay? I want to go teach in the morning and then come back here, change, go to the gym, go pick up a coffee and then go back and teach at night. Okay? I want to change up my schedule. I want to be fun. I want to be flirty. I want to do something where there's a consistency every day, and yet I also am not just rotting half of the day, because that's where my screen time comes from. Is I come home between things and I'm like, I have that thing where it's like time paralysis, where it's like, well, I only have 3 hours, so I can't do anything in between. I can, and I do, and I will, so it's fine. So that's something I want to focus on. Also, in that vein, I have been doing a very poor job about waking up and having a good morning routine. So I think I need to figure out like what my morning routine looks like. I've just been snoozing my alarm like it's my fucking job. Granted, I have been going to bed later and later and later, knowing I have to be up earlier and earlier and earlier. And that's my bad. It's because I guess I feel like I didn't have enough time to rot on my phone during the day, so that I do it at night because, of course, that's what I need to do, and I need to go lay in my bed for 3 hours and scroll through TikTok. No, 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 no. I need to read a book and I need to go to bed. Okay, so I want to maybe get a better bedtime. That's probably not going to happen for at least a while. So that's wishful thinking, but I also want to come up with a better morning routine. I have an espresso now, and honestly, that kind of has been helping because the idea of like getting up and making a coffee is so fun. And I do a daily TikTok about my outfits. So getting up and putting together an outfit that's new and exciting and that I can teach in um has also been really helpful. However, and I've been like paralyzed to my bed of like I'm excited to do these things need to happen, but I don't want to get out of my bed. So, I think tomorrow I'm gonna, like, put my phone on the other side of the room. Oh, that sounds awful, that sounds awful, I don't wanna do it, but it will help me, and I know that. Number 6 is figuring out what makes me happy. This is kind of an over-encompassing goal because I think if I do all of these things, I really am going to start to realize like what things serve me and what things don't serve me. And I kind of talked about this like nurturing the right relationships, full body yeses, and then I also wrote on here more checking in. I want to like do more check-ins with myself, and I think maybe this podcast might help. Um Journaling might help. I think maybe meditation might help. I just want to like check in every couple of weeks like okay, like here's what happened the last couple of weeks. What went well? What do I wish could have gone better? And what do I want to change in the next week or so? Yeah, like some more personal check ins because I am at such a point of change in my life where so many things are happening around me that I do not have control over, or I don't know what direction they're going to go in. I don't know where I'm going to be at this time next year. I could be right here. I could be in a whole nother state. I could be in a whole nother country. I could be doing something completely different with my life. Okay? Surrounded by different people. I don't know. I don't know. And that is both terrifying and so exciting. I'm leaning more terrifying right now just because I'm kind of in the woodwork of it all, but it is something that like is really exciting. So I want to do more check-ins, especially as all of these things are changing and I'm going through this metamorphosis butterfly. I'm going from a caterpillar to a butterfly and my god, is it scary. But it's like so great. I've been reflecting a lot on like if Brianna at this time last year saw myself now, I don't know if she would believe the person that I am today. Like oh, like even the way I interact with like and this is so annoying because I'm so over talking about men, we're decentering them, but I need to like get it out so that I can like decenter them. Yeah. Even the way that I am dealing with relationships is a complete 180 from how I was last year. I broke up with a man this year. Oh my god. Brianna last year, I don't even think would have been able to do that. Brianna last year didn't do that when she knew it was what was right for her. And and then what? 4 months later, I'm able to do it. Life is crazy and you're always growing. And so I need to be checking in to see like how am I growing? I think like a monthly check-in might be nice just to like really see what's going on in Hotel Brianna. It's really popping up in here. All my personalities each got their own room. Sometimes they share them. La 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 la. And sometimes they all come out at once. La 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 la. So I don't know. I think that this year is the year of the horse, as we kind of talked about at the beginning. And that's a year of lots of quick fire moving forward. Last year was the year of the snake, and it was a year of shedding, which golly, golly, did we shed last year? Because we did. I think I've done my share of shedding. And you know what? I still might be doing it, and that's okay. That is okay. But I'm excited to see where this next year takes me. I quite literally have never been more up in the air about anything in my life. Like, at this point in time, almost everything in my life is kind of out of my control. Like, it's in my control. I have control to change it. I have control to make the choices. However, and also like I am totally chillin' that it's kind of out of my control, which is insane behavior. Insane behavior. I think it's because I know that there's not really anything I can do about it right now. I think in a couple months I might be freaking out on the interstate by Princeton. I actually don't know who sings that song. Princeton Maroney? Is that even a name? Princeton? I think I made that up. You know this. If you know the song, you know the song. If not, I don't know what to tell you. Then I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, in a couple months I'll be freaking out. Probably. Right now I'm kind of like, well, whatever happens, happens. And you know what? Life can't pass you by. What's meant to find you will find you. And if it's meant for me, it will not pass me. Okay? And I literally, I am so lucky and everything good comes to me. So whatever I attract was meant for me and it will find me in due time. In divine timing, bro. The universe has my back. Woo 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 woo. Uh oh, everyone found out that she's a woo woo girl. The world is my oyster. Really. It's really my oyster. No one can stop me. I'm all the way up. As uh oh. Problematic singer, I think of that song. Is that a Drake song? No one can stop me. I'm all the way up. I actually have no idea who sings that. If it's bad, I didn't say it. If it's good, flex on those hoes. Am I right, ladies? So those are my 6 main goals for 2026. Hey, that's perfect. 6 goals for 2026? Golly, isn't that just wonderful? Genuinely, last year was really, really hard. It was, oh my god, it was really hard. It was a year of disappointments and rejection and change and losing things, losing people. It was a full year of that. And you know what? If that's what 2026 has to bring as well, like it all happens for a reason, but golly, I am so tired of character building. My character has been built. I am funny because of it. I'm wishing soon for some of the weakest soldier type beat. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the universe's strongest soldier. I want to be I want to be just a girl. I wish to be a girl. I wish to be a girl this year and I wish to be chill about everything this year. That would be awesome. Okay, now that we've talked about my goals, I also kind of want to learn a new word every podcast. I think words are so interesting, and etymology is not something I'm super interested in, which is like the study of where words come from. But Brittany Broski is super into it, and I've always been interested in like new words, and I have a list of words on my phone that we should use more, and it's just like really silly fun words. So I literally get an email every day that I've discarded and haven't looked at for like weeks. So every podcast, I would love to learn a new word with you. So we're gonna look at what today's word is. Bee bread. Bee bread is today's word, and today's word means honey or pollen used as food by bees. Bee bread. Wait, that's so cute. You know what? And I love bees. Do I have a honeybee up here? You can't see it. It's right up here. I love bees. We teach a lesson about bees in pre-K. Um, and I did not know that what they eat is called bee bread. Isn't that cute? Okay, bee bread is our word of the day. Try to use it in a sentence this week. Wouldn't that be fun? Talking about bees. Be like, oh my god, did you see the bee bread those bees were eating? Or, I wish I had a slice of bee bread this week, right? Try to use that word this week. See if you can. See if you can use that word this week. And if you do, will you comment below how you use that word in a real sentence in a real conversation with a real person? I would love that. Um, cool. Well, I wanted to throw that last minute thing in, but I do appreciate you all for being here. If you've gotten this far, genuinely, I will give you a kiss on the forehead. If you consent, of course. Of course, only if you consent. But it's been a long minute, so thank you so much for sticking around and listening to all the words I have to say. I'm so excited to see where this goes. You know what? I am not the most consistent person, okay? And keeping up with things is sometimes hard for me. That's ADHD right there, baby. And maybe just me as a person, okay? And I'm very busy. Yeah? So we're going to take this one week at a time. It may be weekly, it may be bi-weekly, it may be monthly, it may be whenever I feel like it. It also depends on the fact of I'm going to be scheduling with other people. Yeah? So it might also be like what works with their schedule and when I can get them in here to talk to me. Okay? So I hope to see you next time. I can't tell you when that's gonna be, but hopefully it'll be soon. I love you all so very much. Thank you so much for being here. If you liked what you are seeing and listening to, give it a like. Write a little comment below. Subscribe to the channel. Follow along. We'd love to see you here. And I will see you again the next time. And next time with a guest, which will be even more fun because as much as I am fun talking to all by myself, my people that I surround myself with are really awesome and I'm really excited for you to learn more about them. So, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your week. Remember to use be bread in a sentence this week. And I love you all so very much. Thank you so much for listening to Who Even Are You? And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.